process related to the electromechanical. So PLC use programmable memory to store instructions and to execute function like logic sequence, timing and implementing to control machine and process. PLC also monitor the computer control system continuously and make decisions according to input and output.
I will introduce about the component that we use in this experiment. Okay, first of all, this is conveyor, and next is container. This container we used as a box to catch the ping pong ball. Okay, next is sensor. This one is sensor A, and this one is sensor B. And then this one is a feeder 1 and this feeder 2. This feeder function to high. Now I would like to explain how the PLC works. Okay, basically PLC using a pneumatic system. So first of all, when the handle is pressed up, so the air will flow into the compressor. So now from the compressor, it will flow into the pneumatic tube. Okay, after this, it will flow using a pneumatic valve into a expanding port. While this part will flow into the blowing port.
Hi, I'm Mano. So my role in this team is to do wiring on the integrated circuit. So as you can see, we will connect the GPIO wiring and the wires to be connected to GPIO through the integrated circuit.
Circuit, and this is a Raspberry, and this is a breadboard, and this is a common ground configuration. This is a common power supply configuration, and this is our PLC machine. Okay. Second, we connect each of our solenoid into this integrated circuit. You can see that, okay, and we also connect the GPIO into our Raspberry to run a command. Okay, next, this is a breadboard that we customize for the sensor. This component is for sensor A, and this is for sensor B. Okay, there's two wires inside. First of all, it's the neutral for the sensor. So we will come here. After go through a resistor, it will have the GPIO response go inside to the Raspberry, because sensor will give an output to the command to the Raspberry. Okay. Then we also have the ground, which connected to the Raspberry and the PLC, because we need to complete the circuit to make sure there is no problem with our machine. So we need to connect all the ground with PLC and Raspberry. Okay, so this one is our DHT sensor, which means we use it for sense the room surrounding temperature for the PLC machine. And also this one is the magnetic sensor. You can see that. The purpose of this magnetic sensor is to detect the metal piece for top left solenoid, top left actuator, because this is a single acting actuator. So we need this magnetic sensor to make this actuator go back to its original position. Okay, that's all from me for the PLC communication.
button coding itself. So as you can see here, this is the coding we have done. I can let it scroll. So basically, this part, the full coding will be inserted into the report, so I'll not do it here. So, okay, the first few is about to import those libraries and everything else, and the second part is to define all of the GPIO pins, and then this is, as you can see, the highlighted one is for the sensor DHT22 itself. So after this, we code everything and we set up the GPIOs, which GPIO are the input and which GPIO are the outputs. Okay, so back to what I'm just explaining just now. So in our project, we basically separate the project parts into two main sequence, which is by going left and by going right. So at the first of the program is where when the switch are both set at normally open. So when the switches are not touched, means it's set at originally normally open, the conveyor will move to the left. So when it moves to the left, when the sensor detects it, and it will drop 2 ping pong balls one time. So after everything, when we press the red switch, then the conveyor will change its direction to moving right. And after this, the same thing goes again, where the sensor will detect the metal, and the ping pong ball will drop again, which is the same by dropping 2 ping pong balls at one time. So after everything, when the black button is pressed, the conveyor will be stopped. So basically, this is our sequence for our project. And
which is we need to respect our own time and other people's time, and then I also learn how to use more in coding and the wiring about the PLC, Raspberry Pi, Python, and all. This project is how to use the correct tool to find what is the problem with any components. If there's any faulty in the wiring, we can find which component actually having the problem.
Overall project, I feel that the most fundamental outcome that we can get from this Raspberry Pi project is that we learn how to code and different to operate different actuators, pneumatics, and all of the electronics using Raspberry Pi. So from what I have learned the most is the way to code and the way to debug the coding that we have tried, and we hope all the best for the project itself.
That is, I learned how to do the wiring for this PLC machine. What I learned from here is how we do the common ground and common power source configuration. Okay.
The learning outcome that I get from this project is how to coding in the Raspberry Pi using the Raspberry Python, and I'm also learned how to connect the wiring of all the component of the PLC. So that's all from me.